All right, so now that we have the eyebrows on, we're still working on the eyes only. We're gonna start with an eyeshadow base. Eyeshadow base is a product that you just want to blend very thinly and smoothly over the entire area. Eyeshadow base comes in a lot of different formulas. I'm using my own personal brand at the moment. However, there are many out there, and of course, you'll always have a recommendation of products to use after each video. Look what I'm doing. See how I take that turn a little bit more this way? Remember I said earlier, if you mess up, don't worry, because you can clean up your action with the eyeshadow base. So now the underside of the brow looks super, super clean. And that's a good way to it's like a step saver. Know that you're going to be sort of covering your tracks with your work. That way you get out the door. If you spend too much time trying to fix every little thing as you go, you end up never getting your makeup on. So you see here, I had that little mess up right there, but now I'm cleaning it up, and now her brow looks even more perfect. Know that your next step is going to help your last step. So there you go. Now the eyeshadow base is on. Turn towards and open, please. Look at the brightness that the eyeshadow base creates. So even if Tani doesn't have a lot of time, she could just do this and get out the door, and she'd be just fine. So we're going to do 3 colors for Tani's professional eye makeup look. First, I'm taking a neutral oyster color, and I'm just going to pat this gently over the whole lid. You notice I'm using a very large brush, and I'm using a patting motion. Turn slightly towards me. Pat, pat, pat. This way, I'm not getting product all over her face, but it's also going on more evenly. Sometimes it's really hard to get shadow all the way down to the lash bed. Hold your brush upside down and just pat it that way to get it right in, get all that product down in amongst your lashes. Just like that. And that way you get that base of eyeshadow on without having to work too hard. Find the most beautiful shadow looking like shadow for your contour. Start in the outer corner and just give yourself a little accent in the crease. The most important part about this step is that you always start in the outer corner of the eye and you blend inward. So often I see this. All that does is it pulls the eye down. We're trying to make that eye lift, go up. And the way you do that is you follow the curvature of the bone. If you feel right there, you'll feel your bone. So put that darker shadow right into the crevice in the bone on the outer corner of the eye, and then do a soft, gentle blending. Notice again, this is just a really soft, neutral shade, and it's really designed just to open up her eyes, but really not draw attention to her makeup, more to the person that she is. And that's what you want, of course, for gorgeous professional daytime makeup. Open for me. So you see it creates a nice contrast on her. I have to be careful not to go too dark. I can go as dark as her hair color with this eyeshadow, but not any darker, or else it's going to overpower her features. Turn towards me, please. So I'm going to repeat this process on the other side. And I suggest that when you're doing your makeup, you know, just do that. Go from one side to the other, only because otherwise you get your brush, you know, you get the darker shadow, you have to go clean your brushes before you can do the other eye. So just do each step on each side. Now in between each step, if you're not sure if you got it right, take a step back from the mirror. If you stay super close to the mirror looking at your work, you never see it. You have to take a step back, take your eye off yourself for a second, and then re-look at yourself. If then something feels wrong, then fix it. Otherwise, your makeup is going to look great to everybody in the world, which is exactly what you're trying to achieve. So that's the second step. Open, please. Gorgeous, just like that. So what we're going to do, kind of a surprise, is we're going to line her eye. So tilt your chin up and look down towards the floor. So I'm going to take a midnight blue pencil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this pencil right along Tani's lash bed. So you notice the motion that I'm using, it's more of a sketching motion. And what this is going to create is a sort of a thicker lash bed appearance without us noticing her liner first. Now look again at Tani, her skin is very light. So if this liner is too strong, it's going to overpower her eye again. So tilt your chin up and look down again, thank you. Now why I have Tani tilting her chin up and looking down is this is the way you can do this on yourself. Generally speaking, when us makeup artists work, we do this. Close, please. So she closes her eyes and I get in there and I do my thing, but that doesn't help you. So you need to learn to tilt your chin up and look down into your mirror in order to get your liner on where you want it to go. And what's really cool about this color, open please, is that blue is awesome because it totally brightens up her, the whites in her eye. I don't know if you can see that, but it just bing, there's a big brightness happening. We had a little spill down there, but we'll clean that up. That looks, dang, that looks good, girl. Okay, turn towards me and look down. Same thing on the other side. Sometimes you miss a step watching my videos, so maybe you'll see the technique here a little bit better, but you notice I call this sketching. And almost all liners, when I put them on, I sketch them on. I do not draw them on, unless I'm doing a dramatic look where it's the makeup first. So we sketch, 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 and the eyes are looking really, really good. Open, please. And look at that blue pop on her eye. I love that. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that big old brush that I started with, close please, and I'm just gonna kind of melt those shadows together that I already used on her. Now I said I was gonna use 3 shadows on her, and at this point I've only used 2. Let me deepen this side just a little bit more. So the last thing that's really gonna work for Tawny, if you'll notice, open your eye please, her natural eye shape, her lid is a little bit hidden, right? We want her to pop just a little bit more right on the lid, so I'm gonna pick a high shimmer color. Close please, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of a high shimmer like in a little, like a rising sun or like a setting sun. I'm not sure which it looks like, I can never tell. But it's a little pop right over her lash bed. You see that little bit of light catch? So then when she opens her eyes, open please, she's got that little bit of brightness that pops her eyes. This way she looks great all day long. We're not gonna do mascara yet because you always do mascara last. So that's eyes for more of a professional look. If you're watching this at makeupgourmet.com, I've listed my current favorite products to achieve this look. Click on one and try it. If you're not at makeupgourmet.com, go there now to see my favorite product picks for this look, as well as everything else we have to offer. How to apply, what to buy, makeupgourmet.com.